Come the month of April, come the final game of the season in the Hertfordshire and Middlesex counties second division, and a win for U.C.S. today will see them finish in 5th place on their return to the second tier. A strong side for Will Jones this afternoon with Dougal Johnston-Stewart and David Cohen starting at prop. Fraser Warren is back in his preferred hooker role. Alex O'Farrell and Alex Graham start in the lock positions, with starts today at flanker for Oscar Nualitas and Owain Stacey. Sam Richardson is back in the number 8 jersey. Plenty of quality in the back line as well. Tom McQuaid to start at number 9, with Ollie Pell in the number 10 position. Aaron Hamilton and Conrad Paliowski will provide a lot of pace on the wings. Gabriel Hartwell and Ben Gattis will start at centre. Ollie Boss will come in at full-back. There's plenty of quality on the bench for Will Jones as well. Ollie Clagg, Paul Dillon and Konstantinos Gerontakis make up the 3 subs this afternoon. So here we go then. One last hurrah for 24-25. A good solid year so far, you have to say, for U.C.S, who are looking to finish the season strong and garner a 5th place finish within the second division table. What a good return that would be, bearing in mind the struggles of Verulamians, who have been near the bottom of the table for most of the season. A 5th place finish would be an exceptional achievement in my view, as Richardson here for U.C.S, driving up the middle and looking for that quick ruck. I expect an entertaining game today, and here's the first break of the day up the middle of the park by Nualitas, as the ball looking out wide for Conrad Paliowski is out of play. But a sign already that this game could be very entertaining. The ball over the far side as it's whipped out to Hamilton for the corner. Can he get there? Not quite. He was so agonisingly close there, Aaron Hamilton, as it's going to be a scrum feed to St Albans, but nearly the first try of the game, as the tap taken. And what a huge tackle that was. Massive hit. And they might just turn the ball over from here, and they have done, and picking it up and scoring is Alex Graham. What a start that is for U.C.S. But it's all about this tackle here. Watch it right under the ribs. Bang! Wonderful, wonderful tackle from Gabriel Hartwell. And then literally from the breakdown, Graham picking it up. Big fend on the scrum half, who tried as he might to stay with him, but couldn't stop the big fella scoring next to the post. Beautiful start for U.C.S. The restart is high and hanging. It's allowed to bounce. Hamilton will take the ball and look to drive back. Well, Alex Graham will be delighted with that. Doesn't get many tries, the big fella. He certainly took his opportunity very well there. As U.C.S off the score, just trying to keep it tight up the middle. I think it was Tom McQuaid who took the hit up there, as St Albans just trying to keep U.C.S at bay here, but now they're trying to be expansive. Paliowski, now the ball wide, and a chance here for Gattis to go around the outside. Gattis will put a kick in field. There's plenty of chasers here. Can they make it in time before that dead ball line? And a try, brilliant. It's McQuaid who's gone from one end of the field to the other, but it's all about the break from Ben Gattis.
Yes,
wonderful
Conrad.
little pass.
Yes,
And McQuaid, who's followed him all the way up the field, anticipating the kick. His back-to-back tries, clearly onside. Look at where he comes from, sprinting, trying to make that. And there was no way that the St Albans lock was going to be able to stop him. What a try that is for UCS. That'll be among the best of the season. Again, up the middle. Can they get the offload in? They're dominating the middle of the park here, UCS, and there's lots of room out wide. Long ball. And again, they've got Palyovsky, who will put a kick in. Plenty of chasers here, although he will try and grab the second play. It's been stopped by St Albans, who now might fancy a counter-attack, and they threw a couple of tackles here. And they've countered very nicely as well. 12-0 down. But then themselves are starting to mount some offence of their own. The two props combining in the middle of the park here. Well, I thought there might be a bit of to and froing during this game, as a kick down the blind side has gone out of play. And St Albans on that occasion not able to make the most of their counter-attack. But they have won the line out here, and they might just roll over potentially. They're very close. This would be a terrific response if they managed to get in here. Defending to do for UCS. And that's going to be a penalty. St Albans are going to try and maul their way over here. Again, I can't see too much kicking going on today. And there's a try here. They have responded. And it's a bit too easy for UCS's liking, that. A very simple tap penalty. And just watch this twist as they spin their way over the line. Not the greatest defending. St Albans on the board.
Come on, Oscar, it's yours! Have that!
We've not had the greatest of campaigns, St Albans. It looks as though they're going to finish in 8th position this season. They finished 9th last term. So maybe a slight improvement if you look at it that way. They're on a 5-game losing streak, with their last win coming on the 1st of February. So they've gone a couple of months without tasting a win. As UCS 12 points to 7 in front, make a break up the middle. It's a lovely break. Have they got support? They have done. The ball has been passed to ground though, and St Albans, well, they're going to kick for territory. Well, again, the break was superb from Ollie Boss, but they couldn't finish it. What can Hamilton do here? Hamilton stepping in midfield. That's a terrific run to get him into the 22. McQuaid wide. And again, they move the ball brilliantly. Nualitas, a dummy here, and a step, and a lovely flick ball. What a try. Gattus goes in at the corner. Well, he made the break for the McQuaid try earlier, which was absolutely superb. And now he's got himself on the board as Gattus. This is superb. A lovely pass here. What's this from Nualitas over the top? And the little dummy there, which Ollie Clegg managed to work his way through, and a flick pass, absolutely brilliant, to Gattus. And he goes in for the try, the third for UCS already this afternoon. So again, it's up to St Albans to try and respond, and they get the ball out of the scrum. Defence in the middle to stop the momentum here, although they are now going to try and maybe provide a bit of expansion. They've got the ruck here, although it looks as though it's been wrestled away by Richardson. Strong there from the UCS number 8. And again, they look to go wide here, and there's a break on over on the far side. They're not going to die wondering today, are they, as Alex O'Farrell found himself in a wing position, probably not the place that he wanted to find himself. Again, kick is charged down, and St Albans Can't pick the ball up this time, and it will be a knock on.
Go, boys!
Leading 17 points to 7.
Keep working him!
Sounds like Konrad Paljowski has sustained a hamstring injury. Word coming across from the touchline. There's a break on here from Hamilton, showing his legs, kick over the top. Again, McQuaid is chasing. Again, he puts it on the toe, but I don't think he's scored. I think he bobbled it, and I think the referee has seen it. Well, he tried to have a cheeky half-back claim there, did Tom McQuaid, but I don't think the referee interested in that one. And the knock-on called, which will see St Albans drop out. How about that for a trap? I think that was Fraser Warren who managed to do that. It was a scruffy dropout, but he's trapped it beautifully. And once again, a little bit of footballing skill there, has seen a chance for Gattis to get Clegg away. Clegg with a step. It's another brilliant try, and a cheeky little bit of play there from Ollie Clegg to score next to the posts. Well, the footballing skills coming out here from UCS. First, Fraser Warren trapping the ball brilliantly. And here, look at this. Look at a little outside flick. That was Ollie Pell who came up with that. Before Gattis and Clegg combining. And watch this, right foot step. Leaves a flailing winger for dead. The covering centre can't stop him scoring. And he even makes a bit of a mug of the scrum half, who only has to watch Clegg run it round next to the posts for the 4th try of the afternoon for UCS. Well, the season at the moment is ending in style, isn't it, for UCS? Again, it's been a tough season, as we thought it would be, coming up from the Hertfordshire and Middlesex counties 3rd. As another offload, we'll see another break, another flailing tackle. Have they got support? Are they going to need it? Well, again, McQuaid is the man who is breaking up the middle. It's again out of the acting half. I think that's Konstantinos Gerontakis, I think, who's on the field. And again up the middle, and again they've found the break, and again they've got the try, and again it's a walk-in for Gabriel Hartwell. Well, St Albans' defence just flaking away. And again, just sneakily round the back of the ruck there, Hartwell fends away from the flailing tackle of the St Albans scrum half. And he scores underneath the posts. And this is going to be a very healthy lead they're going to take into half-time here. Hartwell with his own conversion. And it's a first half that could not have gone any better for UCS, leading by 31 points to 7.
Going in 31-7 at half-time, massive effort. I think what's clear to see in the first half is how sort of superior our skill set is. Okay, and how clinical we are. A couple of things I want to happen in the second half. Let's just be really ruthless. I don't massively like this lot. Quite mouthy. Alright, so let's just show how much better we are than them. And we owe them one from the start of the season for losing.
Think about how they made us feel on that day, boys. I'm jealous not being able to be out there and punishing them the way that you guys are.
So making sure we're ruthless. I want to see us playing the way we have done. Okay, back in our skill set, but let's just try and do it in the right areas. Okay, we've got the win now, so if we are in our 22, let's just have a massive kick. Okay, good line speed, and then go from there.
Boys, just quickly for me, the one thing that's kind of letting us down is our speed to the breakdown at the moment. We're letting them get over the ball, disrupting it, slowing us down. We want to be playing quick ball today, and the moment they get over, get their hands on it, even if they don't get it, it disrupts that. So everyone, it's what I said at the start, make sure you're on that person's shoulder, and if you're next to them, get fucking over. Also, boys, enough with the shit offloads. Yeah, just take it to the ground, get over the ball, set the platform for us to play. Yeah, our attack is fucking on point, and we can easily put 60 points on these boys. Yeah, but we can't be complacent in D. We're letting them get to the breakdown. Just ruthless, boys, ruthless.
Their heads are going down. Yeah. It's just going to get easier from here.
Doing it because if we have us on our feet, have they made a single line break just straight through? No. We're tackling well. Line speed could be better, but we're tackling well. Okay. So let's just remember. Leave those rocks unless we think it's 80-90% chance of getting it, or like slowing the ball down is good. Otherwise, 15 men on our feet, they can't break.
Yeah. Boys, keep the points ticking over.
This is the last fucking 40 minutes, boys. Yeah, rugby, we're going to have the opportunity to play together.
Let's switch on now,
yeah,
boys.
Switch on. Work for us, work
This is a big 40 minutes now.
Accuracy and aggression, boys.
That's enough, right? 1, 2, 3, squeeze! Yes!
Keep it going.
Fucking game to them.
They'll restart the game with a high-hanging kick. And I guess if you're St Albans, it's how much can you keep the score down to. U.C.S. have absolutely flown through this game. 5 first-half tries and a knock-on there. Although the referee has let it go, has he? No, he's not. And once again, frustration for the visitors, who see the ball go to ground. Again, McQuaid, who has a fabulous game, hasn't he, McQuaid? And there's going to be a pick-up by Richardson. Again, the massive Sam Richardson. What an athlete he is. It's picked up by Cohen here. It's actually Konstantinos Gerontakis who actually picked it up. Came on the field towards the end of the first half. And again McQuaid with the feed into the scrum. And again the ball is out. And Pell and lovely link-up play here. They've even bamboozled the cameraman. Lovely hands here. And the try will be scored. Another beauty. And he may have started on the bench, but Ollie Clegg helps himself to a double. Champagne rugby from U.C.S. Again, I love the little bit just before the action where they bring in Ollie Pell. It was Hartwell, I think, that gave the final ball, and again, just going through the hands. It's superb rugby from Will Jones's men. Clegg with a second. The route continues. Again, the throw is taken by St Albans. That's happened a few times today. Again, now they're going to try to be a little bit expansive. Of course, themselves, not an awful lot to lose. Looks as though they're going to finish on 35 points with, again, Verulamians failing to win and Enfield a little too far in front. To really make an impact. They've got a penalty here. Again, I guess you take the small positives. 9th finish last year, 8th place finish this year. As they work the ball from the line out into midfield it goes, and a collision with big Alex Graham in the middle. As once again they try and move the ball out wide. A great bit of defence to force them back, and the steal as well, although the referee not really happy with that. Brings it back for a St Albans penalty, and they tap it quickly and go. Just short of the 22. And a knock on. Well, unfortunately the St Albans scrum half has had a bit of a mare of a game defensively. Has very much been found out. I'm afraid he's come up with the error there. Richardson will keep the ball in the ruck. It's a slow one, but Richardson continuing to walk forward. Well, I don't think they can walk this one in. It's as though they're going to try and get it to halfway. I think the referee is going to insist that that ball come out, which it does. A horrible pass, and it might lead to something here for St Albans. It actually leads to Hartwell picking it up and very nearly looking for the break here as St Albans pumped the ball downfield, but the referee has already called it, and it will be a penalty which will be smashed a touch by Ollie Pell. And here is another line out, this time won by UCS. Very simple line out that time. Gerontakis will take the ball out of the air. Lovely flip ball. Look at the skill on that from Gerontakis. And now Hamilton stepping inside with plenty of cover coming across. Again McQuaid at the back of the ruck. Infield for Pell. Kick across field from Hartwell. Plenty of chasers. Nicely taken, and it's a treble for Ollie Clegg. Started on the bench. He's come on and helped himself to a hat-trick. Referee's hand in the air. Terrific kick this. Lovely crossfield kick from Gabriel Hartwell. Knowing that his winger was one-on-one with the opposition. He had the running jump start. Look at that leap. Straight into the hands. The St Albans winger nowhere to be found. And a lovely cheeky little word from Alex O'Farrell trying to deny him his treble on the day. As Gerontakis says the ball stripped. Managed to retain possession, but the referee comes back for the knock-on. Well, what can St Albans finish with here? They got another try left in them, or is the procession going to continue? Penalty for St Albans as the tap will be taken quickly. And they get themselves into the 22. Again, out wide it goes. Are they able to link up here to make something happen? Well, they've managed to find their winger on the far side, but again, the UCS defence is very good. Ball back into midfield as they played a little safer, but this is a barnstorming run. Again, it gets them that little bit closer to the line. Well, they've got one try and a goal so far. Flat ball here and a spin, and they're going to get another one, are they? Yes, they are. Lovely little finish as well from St Albans, and well, they've battled away and tried to stay in the game as best they can. This is a lovely piece of play by the prop forward. Look at this for handling. Lovely flick ball there with the right hand. A nice offloading there at the back from the flanker to get the score. You can see a little hint of frustration in that, but happy to be over the line. Now they're going to have to try it from deep from the scrum. Again, it's UCS's defence that stopped them going anywhere, but here again is going to be the expansion. The ball on the floor, but it's going to be allowed to go, is it? Yes, it is. St Albans will play on, and they've got some movement in the middle. That was a lovely flick pass. And again, I think UCS have come up with it. And the referee allowing St Albans the scrum. But again, it's UCS that have come up with it. And is it going to be a try for Nualitas? He's got the try. Yes, he has. Well, I thought for a moment he may have blown that. But again, it's strong play from the scrum. The knockdown, he breaks from the side of the scrum, Nualitas, knowing the ball has come free, and after beating three different players, spinning his way over and getting the ball down. They'll be disappointed with that, St Albans, to concede a try from a scrum like that. But the 50 points is up for UCS. They're having a great final day. So again, the away side looking just to finish with some kind of a flourish. It's going to be another heavy defeat for them this season.
The other one! Come left! Aaron won this
What will UCS be able to build from here? There's
Oh my God.
a chance now out wide for Hamilton. Stepping inside. There's McQuaid out of the ruck area. They still look so fresh and so energetic, looking for scores here. Again, they look to move it back out wide. O'Farrell. Well, he wanted Clagg's hat-trick try, didn't he? Just being next to him, but he's now looking for a genuine one of his own. Nulitas through one flailing tackle, and it's another one for the big fella who goes in. Oscar Nulitas next to the posts. And this is just a brute show of power in the end again. The St Albans scrum half wanting defensively. And Nulitas strolls in next to the right hand upright. Another try for him. And that's your lot. The 2024-25 season comes to a close. A 5th place finish for UCS after promotion last season. Can they build on this going into next season's campaign?
Massive shift today. It's always nice to see that, and obviously the points on the board. We talk about our brand of rugby, and I think that was it today.
Yeah, buddy.
Some big carries, but also people throwing the ball about. And if we can get this sort of weather in this pitch most times, we'll be alright. But when it's dark days of January, maybe a bit different. But honestly, great shift. We look what we've done this year, the conversation we had last year. We've really sort of shown ourselves in the league, especially at the top. It's funny, I'm standing here actually a little bit disappointed because I feel that we could have actually done even better. But it just shows the potential of the group that we've actually got, and the ability of the guys, and it just shows what we can do next year. Okay, and that will come down to you and obviously your guys' hard work on Saturday, and what we've done. So massive shift all season. Hope you boys enjoyed it. I really did. So well done.
Just from the player side of stuff, there'll be more thank yous tonight. But thanks so much, Will. We'll give him a hand.
Yeah.
When we buy in what the ethos of this club is, we can really go places, boys. Yeah. We'll have more celebrations tonight. Let's do one final squeeze. How fun. Boys, it's been a real honour to play with you this year. 1, 2, 3! Squeeze! Come on, boys.